Share is our channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Today we're going to be talking about our first book. I'm so excited. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is the hard copy and this is the cover that aligns it. Big Magic. We chose this book because Elizabeth Gilbert is a best-selling author. She's the author of Eat, Pray, Love. And this book on Amazon had excellent reviews. So Zim and I were really excited to check it out.
Yep, so we are going to go over the book, but we're going to do it by parts. So this first video, we're going to do it over part 1, which is courage. And what we're basically going to do is just go over and just talk about any of the points that inspired us or that we thought was funny or interesting or anything like that. And we just discuss and we'll share our thoughts and point of views, and we'll even share stories along with it. So join us, share.
Read, grow, and share. So what we did is just essentially highlight it. If you guys have the book, that's great. If you don't, you can just read along with what we have. On page 6, Zim and I highlighted, without bravery, they would never know the world as richly as it longs to be known. Without bravery, their lives would remain small, far smaller than they probably wanted their lives to be.
We really like that statement. I liked it because you want to be brave, you want to grow, you want to. If you don't have that bravery, what's going to hold you back? Yourself. You need that strength, that courage, that bravery to do what you want to do.
Exactly. I feel the same way. And on page 7, we said, do you have the courage? Do you have the courage to bring forth this work? Meaning, do you have the courage to bring forth the things that you want to happen in your life? Are you brave enough? Do you have the guts, the will? The treasures that are hidden inside you are hoping you will say yes. Page 8. Do you have the courage to bring forth treasures that are hidden within you? I suspect you've caught a glimpse. So Zim and I were talking about this, because we have talents, we feel like that, but sometimes we don't know where our treasures are. And I don't know if you feel the same, but sometimes it's hard to just discover our gifts. And what she was saying in the book was, if you listen closely, if you just do what you love and hone on it and forget about impressing everybody and forget about all that and just listen, then you'll start to find your jewels. But you have to listen and look for them and be willing to take that step out and to be brave and to start searching and seeing what your true treasures are, because all of us are different. The universe, she says, buries strange jewels deep within us and stands back to see if we can find them. And that's just the courage of being brave and trying to find our jewels.
So the hunt to uncover those jewels, that's creative living. We all have these jewels, we just need to find them. And once we find them, we can bring these jewels forward and be creative and use those jewels that are buried within us to be living a creative life.
And that's the life Zim and I want to live. We want to live a creative, confident life. Sometimes you can see how talented your friends are and how much gifts they have, but you can't see them in yourselves. And I know Zim very well, and I see how talented she is. But she always felt like, well, if I'm not going to be the best, I'm not going to try. And she's good at a lot of things.
Okay, so yeah, I struggle with it. We all say, if we can't be good at it, we're not going to do it. And that's something that we need to stop. If we don't try, we won't enjoy it. We never know what we'll discover in ourselves if we don't try it. So.
Yep. And that's true. And, she brings up a example of an ice skater. The ice skater, this girl, she was skating since she was a little girl, ice skating. And when she graduated high school, she realized that she was never going to make it to the Olympics. So she just stopped ice skating altogether up until her 40s. And then she was just like, I really miss skating. I wonder if I still have it. And she had the courage, even though she wasn't the best, it still lifted her spirits. It still lightened her heart. And that's just the courage of being brave. It made her life, it changed her life up. It made it less than mundane. So even though she wasn't the best, she still had the courage at 40 years old to get back out there, hire a trainer, and get back out there with all the 40-year-olds ice skating, not be embarrassed, but to change her life. So she had the courage to make one of her passions essentially come true. It's not always about how much money you make, how successful you are, things like that. It's about having courage to find your treasures and to pursue them.
Just do what you love, just because you enjoy it.
On page 13, she has, because creative living is a path for the brave.
We all know this, and we all know that when courage dies, creativity dies with it.
And it's true. Zim and I were branching out on different things. Even this channel. We had the courage to do, we were initially kind of nervous, like, should we do a channel? But it's about being courageous enough to do something and about loving what you do so much. We love our book club. We look forward to this every week. It's just like, yay, we get to go to the book club. As nerdy as it seems, we love it. So it's just like, well, why not share what we learned with you guys? So it's being brave enough. Creative living is a path for the brave. So whatever you do, whatever you love to do, do it. Be brave about it. Go for it.
Exactly. If you don't have the courage and you don't do it, your creativity dies with it. What you could have done if you had the bravery to do it, you don't know what you could have came upon, stumbled upon, and expressed and made or anything.
Mm-hmm. And some of us, we've all made excuses of why we couldn't. Oh, I don't have any talent. I might get rejected. She says here, you're afraid of your dreams being embarrassing. You're afraid of what other people may think. You're afraid you don't have the right kind of training or a degree. You're afraid you're upset as a family member, it says. You're afraid of everything. Everybody can make excuses. It's scary. It's scary. It's goddamn scary, she says. But you have to not defend your weaknesses. Why do you want to be weak? So acknowledge them and get over them. You'll never be everything that you think. You'll never be completely in the right zone. So just get that thinking out of your head, get that mentality out of your head is what we took from it, and just do it anyway. We're not writers. We've never started a book club, but look, we're doing it anyway. So on page 18, the second to last paragraph at the very bottom, she says, argue for your limitations and you get to keep them. Why would you want to keep your limitations? So don't argue for your limitations is essentially what she's saying there. Let them go. They're just excuses, and excuses help nobody, especially you. If you want to grow, you have to let go of those excuses, and that's what we took from that. And then what I found was really profound, and Zim has something else highlighted here, but what I found on page 19, the first paragraph, last sentence, she says she finally realized that her fear was boring. Because fear, as she realized, fear is what everybody else does. When you're scared, you live a boring life. You go to work, you come home, and it's the same routine over and over and over again. You do things out of fear. You're afraid to step out because of what everybody else may think. But if you look at your life, it's just like everybody else's, and it's boring. But who wants that life? Do stuff, create stuff, make stuff. Make a vibrant life. Take those risks, because who doesn't want a great life? A great, vibrant, happy life. And in order to have that, you have to step out on courage, no matter what it is. If you love to paint, paint. If you love to sing, sing. If you love, Zim loves playing the piano. She plays the piano. I love speaking class, believe it or not, and that's my thing. So it's whatever it is, but it makes our lives more exciting. It breaks that mundane thing of going to work, coming home, watching TV, going to the gym, coming home, watching TV. It's the same cycle. Break that up. Take risks. Take chances. Explore. Create. Do whatever that you can to break this cycle.
That's right. I mean, here it says, my fear had no variety to it. No depth, no substance, no texture. I noticed that my fear never changed, never delighted, never offered a surprise twist to an unexpected ending. And that's exactly what fear is going to do to you. It's going to hold you back. It's not going to allow you to go and explore and grow and do whatever that you feel that you love to do. Don't let fear hold you back.
Exactly.
And here on page 20, it says fear all has the same ending, nothingness.
Nothingness.
It leads to nothingness, because if you don't do it, your fear is holding you back, you're not going to do it, there's nothing there.
Yep. Yep, and you don't get any special credit for being afraid, is what she says. Fear is not original. And she says it was just a mass-produced item available on the shelves of every generic box store. So it's just like everybody else's. It's boring. It's the same cereal every day. And who wants the same cereal?
The fear you need and the fear you don't need. So there's a line here. She says, "This creativity is a path for the brave, yes, but it is not a path for the fearless. And it's important to recognize those differences, that distinction." So yeah, creativity is for the brave, the people who are brave enough, that has the courage to go do this. But if you're fearless, that's completely different. You have no fear, and you're just gonna go out there and you can seriously hurt yourself.
Yeah, you may have fear, but get used to it, because it's always going to be there. Every time you try to create, you're always going to be scared of something, and that's normal. But just don't let it drive you. Don't let it be your deciding factors. Let it sit in the car, but it doesn't get a vote. It doesn't get to drive. It doesn't even get to tell you where to turn. It's going to be there, but ignore it, okay? Pursue anyway. Anytime you're trying to make something great, discover new territories, better your life, it's going to be some factor of fear, and that's okay. It's about being brave, is what she says. And on page 26 to 27, why it's worth it. I'm going to just read this paragraph to you. I thought this was interesting. "And you have treasures hidden within you, extraordinary treasures, and so do I. And so does everyone around us. And bringing those treasures to light takes work and faith and focuses on courage and hours of devotion. And the clock is ticking and the world is spinning, and we simply do not have time anymore to think small."
I really like that. It's talking about the courage. I mean, have the time to explore and explore those buried gems and do what you have to do with the courage, because no matter what, you're wasting time. The world is spinning, the clock is ticking. If you're not going to do it, you're just wasting time that you can have to do these creative acts. I mean, just living a creative life. You go out there and do it.
Exactly. So we finished the first section on courage. The contents, part 1 was courage. And just to summarize what she talked about and what we talked about in that courage, it's just, if you want to enrich life, you have to go out there and you have to be brave enough to take the chances of life. If not, fear is going to run your life, whether you realize it or not. And you're going to end up with that mundane life and that ordinary living of where the cycle just repeats itself. Get the kids ready, go to work, come home, make dinner, go to bed, get the kids ready, come home, go to work. It'll be the same cycle. But if you make time for what you love to do and work on discovering the treasures within you, then your life will be far more richer if you decide to practice bravery, so to speak. And it'll be a life worth living, because who wants to live a mundane life? So thank you again for joining us for Courage Part 1. And we'll see you for Part 2, which is Enchantment. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Leave any comments that you would like to leave, and we'll read it too, and share with us.
Thanks. Yes.